It's D&D time. Yeah, here we are, ready to do some more Tomb of Annihilation stuff. So last time, the group had the opportunity to assault Firefinger, which actually went reasonably well. You guys snuck in under cover of darkness and fought your way through some giant wolf spiders and some sturges. And then you found what was basically the old folks' home of the Terrafolk, where Cyrene pretty much went in and beat up all the old people before getting a little bit of an assist at the end from Groyomod. And then the not old ones came down and almost threw people off of the side of the 300-foot tower, you know? Artis and Dragonbait almost died. Fib almost died, not in that encounter, but actually climbing inside the tower, falling 50 feet, and yeah.
I hate gaining entrance to towers. From now on, Viv does all she can to avoid entrances to towers.
Fib and Azaka are... Yeah.
What?
Fib and Azaka are now both afraid of heights.
Heights almost killed Shago, so maybe Fib has like a love-hate relationship with heights.
That's fair. But yeah, and let's see, yeah, Thorv got... Let's see, you got pulled off the ladder on the side of the tower and ended up... How did... I don't even remember that sequence entirely. I just remember you getting, like, pulled.
Yep, he tried to grapple me, but we tied.
Oh, right, that's what it was. So yeah, you had the slap fight going on the side of the tower, and
I walked off the edge twice before that too.
Yep.
Just walked right off, apparently.
Yep, the wind up there is pretty nasty.
What? Why?
It was very windy.
Ugh.
But yeah, you guys all survived.
Yay.
And drove off. Well, no, actually, you killed all the Terrafolk. The last kill of the encounter was one of them was flying away, and Lucius was like, sleep spell, and rolled like one higher than its HP. So you guys just saw it go careening down through the woods as it was just passed out midair and fell like 300 feet.
He did both a sleep and a murder.
Well, I believe I did say, how would, now you get to know how it feels to be thrown off of your tower or something.
Yeah. So, you did that. You found some loot, including Azaka's mask. And you, toward the end of the session, kind of charted a course for this next leg of the journey. And I believe the consensus was you did want to see this side of Ataz Muhaha, the Laughing Gorge, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not looking at it. My computer shut off.
Oh.
The screen, it won't... Frickin' IT has locked the controls that I can't say it not to put asleep, so...
Oh! Why? Is that something they care about?
It's probably just one of those things that kind of gets caught in the sweeping net of IT bullshit, but
if you walk away from your computer without locking it...
Call.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure, judging by the light blue squiggly line that has been drawn all over the map, that seems to be the plan.
What are all these purple squares?
They are clearings that people were able to see from atop Firefinger.
Labeled them. Read the labels.
No trees or
treks.
valley.
This one's not labeled.
That one was there before. That's where you guys believe Omu to be.
The sea god?
The city where bad shit is happening.
That was a Lord of the Rings reference. See? Well, actually, it was a Silmarillion reference, so it was deep. What is. Wait, did we know what Laughing Gorge is? Why does this say on Dare? This says abandoned. Never mind.
Yeah, so abandoned refers to Mesro, which is a city that is abandoned. The Laughing Gorge is what Ataz Muhaha translates to.
Bridge.
There's a bridge over the Laughing Gorge.
That doesn't sound maniacal at all. Why you guys gotta change the map so much when I'm not here?
Instead of bridge over troubled water.
Bridge over Laughing Gorge.
Oh boy.
I don't even know what that song is.
I know of the song. What happened to the trees? Did they look like burnt away? Did something happen to them? Or they just never existed?
I mean, they're really far away.
The oaks were just too greedy.
That's mines, you silly. Saraban was too greedy.
So anyway.
I just got up, I'm sorry.
I mean, maybe if you didn't binge fruit roll-ups, you wouldn't crash from your sugar high.
I needed them. I was hungry. I wasn't hungry.
It's like talking to a 6-year-old. There wasn't any food in the house but fruit roll-ups. I was starving.
I usually don't get sugary stuff like that, so I was like, let's take another one. And at some point, you just accept, like, okay, this is bad, and it wasn't matter anymore.
We'll do better next time.
Exactly.
Okay. Well, anyway. Yeah, so it seems like the plan was Ataz Muhaha from this side, and then like head down and I guess cross the river like over here, because the bridge over Ataz Muhaha seems to be out. And then you want to stop by this little X on your map where the fairy dragon you met several weeks ago left a little mark and suggested there might be some treasure for you to find.
Where is
And
the Aarakocra at?
they are in Kir Sabal, which is currently the end of your little path that you have drawn out here.
We made friends with an
So, yeah.
Aarakocra, and they said to come visit them and we would get a boon.
Oh, I love them.
Yeah, so that seems to be the plan. So you guys wake up after getting a nice rest in atop Firefinger. And I suppose, unless there's anything else you want to do, you could get started on your way to the Laughing Gorge. I'll take that as a we're good. So yeah. Okay. You descend from Firefinger. It's a considerably less windy day, and so we can hand wave all of that, so you don't have to tie a rope around the corner and inch your way and go on all fours like some people did and all that fun stuff.
The worm.
Hmm?
The worm.
Your worm? The cook?
The worm. The dance move.
Oh.
Okay.
It's a terrible idea. When you can catch it from underneath or just launch it.
But yeah, so you guys are able to make it down with no real issues, and you begin on your way. led by Groilmod, who is quite confident and competent in these jungle territories. And so you have your first day of travel, and it goes quite smoothly. No encounters or deadly things or what have you. So you get another long rest in, which is important because I'm sure a lot of you burned some hit dice, so you should be topped off on everything now. Next day, you break camp, continue through the jungle for a bit, and as you are probably like just starting to travel again after a lunch break, you're walking along, and all of a sudden there's just like this whoosh explosion of movement out of one of the bushes nearby. And
It's a game bird that was flushed.
you're actually kind of close. It is a swarm of flying snakes that you have startled, and they're all like flying off in different directions.
Like, that noise is terrifying when you like are walking around in the woods and suddenly you scare a bird. Like, it is loud and terrifying.
Well, they just have to scare you back, you know?
Kind of sounds like a gunshot just went, like a shotgun just went off next to you.
So yeah, you do that, and you see these flying snakes scatter everywhere. That's quiet.
I feel bad. Sviv tried to kill them as they run away.
Viv doesn't try to kill anything ever. This time she does not try to kill it, though.
This time.
You know, sometimes things have to die, alright? Especially if they annoy you.
That's fair. But yeah, so that happens. And you continue on your way. And around dusk, you reach your first destination. So let us see here. You approach from the western side, and so you see, well, first of all, you see the trees kind of give way about 5 feet before the sudden drop off down into the gorge. And looking down, you can see it's probably a good 100 feet down to the kind of like muddy banks of the river that flows through here. And yeah, down below, you can probably see like a couple of giant turtles kind of just sprawled out on some rocks. And in front of you, you see a bridge. The bridge itself is probably 10-12 feet wide, and it's lined on both sides by statues of varying kinds of monkeys. You see like a baboon, chimp, a gorilla. You even see a depiction of the creepy monkeys that followed you before in the jungle, the Sioux monsters. But among them, you also see a few not masonry-looking monkeys, like sleeping baboons amongst the statues. And so everything here that is made from stone is kind of overgrown with like decades, if not centuries, of moss and ivy and just creeping vines. And looking out over the bridge, at about the halfway point, you gather probably like right above the river as it flows underneath, you see a looks like a shrine. a stone shrine dead center in this, like the middle of the bridge. And it consists of a large, imposing statue of what looks like an ancient Chultan warrior, wearing a war mask, hunkered down in this like readied stance, like ready to pounce. It's very like stylized, and you can actually see in the fading light of the dusk bright gems flashing in its eye sockets. Also, in front of it, you see that there is a pretty busted up, broken human skeleton. Like several of the bones clearly snapped. But it's so long dead that it's kind of hard to tell if it was, a post-mortem thing, like maybe the predators got to him or what have you.
Kangaroos were very angry.
You
I want to ask Azaka, what is that? Who is that shrine for?
Well, conveniently, as a Chilton, she knows things. She tells you that this is a shrine to Ubtao, the long-gone creator god of Chilt. And while she hasn't been over this bridge before herself, the legend associated with it states that you must provide a certain show of reverence to Ubtao so as to cross the bridge safely. Specifically, there are a series of maze-like carvings on the warrior statue.
Laura.
Oh yeah, Laura, there's
Is my
beeping.
pizza ready?
Yeah.
You have to trace the interior of one of these maze-like carvings you have to trace it from entrance to center. And only then will you be allowed to pass. Otherwise, there are some sketchy things that could happen otherwise.
Can we punch him? Let's just punch him.
Well, you could try that.
I mean, we weren't planning on crossing the bridge. I don't know, sightseeing?
Wait, what? We weren't? How are we getting across? Why do we want to come to this?
We were just seeing what was here. It was marked and
Oh,
didn't have
God.
much of a description. It's on
Also,
our way.
worth pointing out, now that you're like reasonably close, you can see that the gap on the other side of the bridge is something like 15 to 20 feet across. So,
Is that good or bad?
well,
It's not
Just-
that far.
just throwing it out there.
All of us can walk as if we're happy.
Cut out.
All our we have room to walk across it like we're from Wizard of Oz, and we're gonna skip and sing and be happy.
Do
Sure.
you want to try crossing it now or in the morning?
And the other side of the bridge, Eric.
What was that?
It's on the other side of the bridge.
What's on the other side? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Looks like the continuation of the somewhat overgrown path that you followed to reach this point.
Okay. I mean, we were gonna cross the river later downstream at a different crossing.
Why?
I mean,
I didn't know if we had a reason for doing that.
Yeah, why don't we just go look at the gap and see if it's something we want to try and cross or not?
Well, we can if there's a bridge.
I mean,
We could go across the gap downstream, creep up behind him, and kill him because he's facing the other way, guarding people from getting across from this direction.
I don't think that's how that works.
Well, if he's only guarding one side of it.
I mean, but yeah, I can't make stone bridges. I can only make ice bridges. So
Should we at least go look at the shrine in the middle, see if there's anything there?
I'm not. You don't steal things from shrines.
It's an old shrine.
Still a shrine.
No one's been to this shrine any. It's fine.
There's that
What
dead
do you
guy.
know? I mean, they
Look at
could
all
have
this
passed
overgrown,
through.
You know.
Well, don't disturb the monkeys.
What? Don't disturb the
sleeping.
monkeys.
Don't disturb the monkeys as a firebolt
I
goes by.
I can assure you that I don't want to disturb the monkeys. That's the last thing I want. Why would I want angry monkeys?
Okay. Well, are we sleeping first, or are we just going to look at the shrine now in the dusk?
I'm going to look at it.
Well, do I really only have 8 hit points? Because
Oh,
that's a factor.
Well, no, you've
No, we
gotten 2
slept.
long rests in, so you're at max HP and you have all your hit dice back.
Okay, so you guys were just trying to get me killed when I wasn't supposed to be killed.
Well, no, you hadn't taken the rest
no.
at the end of last session, but since we started, you got 2 long rests in.
You know
I
what?
just haven't
That's
updated.
fair.
But yeah, so people are checking out the shrine.
See.
Yes. I will go
Okay,
with
sure.
them to make sure they don't do something stupid.
Aw.
We don't do stupid things.
It's the person who was almost sex dungeon to death.
That wasn't my idea.
You didn't stop me.
Well, you need to be supportive of me.
What?
Just like I was supportive of you.
All right, so you approach the shrine. Sounds like the whole group is for their various motives. Yeah, so you see it, kind of in this ready stance, like seemingly staring you down almost, but it just stands there staring with its big, shiny gemstone eyes right at you.
I tell Lucius not to steal the gemstones.
No promises.
They're very shiny.
If no one has stolen the gemstones by now, there's a reason.
Can I Arcana check?
They
those
weren't strong
gemstones?
enough.
You certainly can.
That guy, I don't think you understand. My sleight of hand is 4.
Okay. I mean, you don't necessarily pick up any signs that they are magical, but then again, considering the mysterious kind of, I don't know, not so subtle hints that there's at least some kind of Oobtau related magic afoot here, it wouldn't be surprising to find out that they were magical in some way.
Huh.
We do like magic.
Well,
I'm
you know
just
what?
saying.
I'm gonna spend 10 minutes here, and I'm gonna have Stratos touch it, but I'm gonna cast Identify. Yeah.
Fib is standing 20 feet away from it.
All I'm doing is identifying, so he's just touching it. That's it.
So like one of the eyes, is that what you said?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So yeah, Stratos flies over and kind of rests on the statue, maintaining contact with whichever eye you so choose. And yeah, you take your 10 minutes. and you don't get a reading off of the eyes.
Behind the eyes.
Isn't that like crazy weird? Identify does a reading for like anything, even if it's not magical.
I'm gonna look through Stratos' eyes, and I want to subtly check out how well these gems are placed in the socket.
Okay, so like what? I guess what are you looking to glean here? Like just the craftsmanship of the statue?
Well, I want to see.
He wants
how...
to see if he can easily pop them out.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Let's have you make, I guess, an investigation check.
All right.
Use your
I hope
stats.
You
Yeah.
get blasted to kingdom come.
Okay.
I hope you're okay, because I don't hate you like Becca does.
Wow.
I'm investigating it. I'm not doing anything as of yet. Just looking.
So I mean the craftsmanship itself like seems solid, but this is a thing that's been situated outside for, well, since the time of Ubtao, presumably. So that's, centuries. There's some wear and tear that would certainly help anyone's cause were they to attempt to pry one of these things out.
I'm gonna have Stratos subtly just slither over one and kind of put some weight on it just to see if it jiggles at all. I'm just gonna have to see how loose they are.
Okay.
And I roll an insight check on Stratos's movements.
Let's see. I'm just trying to decide if it's insight or perception. Yeah, I guess insight.
A4.
Well, Taylor, you did say that you're trying to be subtle. Jeez.
His 20
Roll,
is it?
roll a
is it
d20,
enough?
and I'll figure out how the hell Stratos is gonna make a.
Yeah,
Yeah, no. So yeah, I mean, you watch as Stratos kind of like, slithers up to like the top of the statue's head, and like with his tail is just kind of like, trying to like wobble the gemstone a little bit. And also, give me roll another d20, Taylor.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, you do feel some give as Stratos attempts to kind of wiggle the eye a little bit,
All right.
but
Oh.
Sigourney does notice.
I'm there paying due reverence to a god that is not my own, with one eye on the activities of Stratos and Lucius. And when I see such a suspicious activity, definitely glaring daggers at Lucius. Visible way.
What?
She's staring you down.
You know I know what you're up to.
I mean, actually, I'm not really looking at you through my eyes. I'm kind of focused on the thing with Stratos.
I slap Lucius.
Alright, yeah, I feel that.
I slap his hands. I don't slap his face because I know hands are sneaky.
Alright, well, I come out and I'll say, what was that for?
Don't touch his eyes.
The one's loose. I was gonna tell you so you could fix it.
Mm-hmm.
Look, the one is loose. You gotta. Well, somebody's gotta fix it. I can't. But
Why?
there you go.
I
Okay.
mend it.
All right.
Don't touch anything you say, except now I guess that doesn't matter anymore. Maybe that's how he wanted it.
Well, now it's in there and set.
Sure is.
So that's good.
I ruin everyone's plans by being good.
By being rude.
I will fly Stratos over onto my shoulders again.
Okay.
Now that Lucius is done trying to rob the place, I want to look at that maze that Bizako mentioned.
Okay. So much like the rest of the stonework on this bridge, it is kind of like covered in plant life. But you can at least tell where it is. It's kind of this large circular thing, and you can see that there is a visible like gap that you gather would be kind of the starting point. On one point of its exterior.
Can I see the path through? With all of the stuff on it, or no?
Make an intelligence check.
Yes.
Most definitely.
Okay, I want to trace that path that around it.
Okay. And Azaka is careful to point out to you, you have to do it with your finger. It can't just be with some sort of like tool or like the tip of your dagger or anything. You have to use a finger and trace the path. And so you do
Okay.
that.
I'll do that.
Okay.
And see if anything changes or does anything.
Nothing seems to happen.
Okay. Okay. That's it.
Okay.
I want to take a closer look at that thing too.
All right.
Is it angled in a way? Like, is it hollow, or is it like hollow lines that you're following, or is it like just a popped out line?
Sorry, Sadie's doing something bad.
Oh.
Doing. But Eric is scolding her loudly.
That is okay.
I don't know. Hopefully she stays out of whatever it is. Tim will tell her if she needs to fuck off or something. But yeah. So looking at this maze type thing, there are like a series of kind of trenches, just shallow indentations, grooves dug along the surface of the stone that kind of make up the paths of the maze.
All right, I'll look over at Thorv and I'll say, and I'll kind of put my finger out, pull out a dagger, prick my finger, and I'll say, trace it. And I'll let him trace it in blood. I want to see if that does anything.
You trace it.
Well, you know what it is. Tell me where
You
to
just
go.
saw me.
Oh,
I'll tell him how to do it.
okay.
Okay, Lucius, what's your intelligence mod?
4. Plus 4.
You don't have to roll.
Okay. Or, yeah, so it's 18 total intelligence.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. You don't even have to roll.
So, roll for what? Knowing about this, or?
No, just being able to track it. Basically, I was gonna let you roll with
Oh.
advantage, but you didn't need to,
Gotcha.
because yeah, it's that low a DC.
Okay.
Well, you
yeah.
know what? Actually, hold on. In its current state, that is not the case. You do need to roll. Just don't horribly fuck this up, and you should be okay.
Just an intelligence check?
Yeah, with advantage. You're good.
Okay.
First one's fine. So, yeah, you trace the path in blood. Nothing seems to happen.
Nothing? Darn. Is there any writing or anything like on the back of it?
Like the back of the statue.
Yeah. Like, I'm gonna try to look around the statue if I can. Like, I'll send Stratos if I have to. Just so I'm not climbing out over the fucking Laughing Gorge.
All right, so yeah, I mean, I can kind of show you the layout here just to give you some perspective. So you guys are approaching from the west.
Alright.
And so yeah, like the statue is currently facing you, and what you just want to go around behind it and kind of see what's up.
Yeah, well, where's the maze on this?
The maze it's like kind of here-ish, like along the front like platform area.
Okay, and there's no plaque or anything with any writing explaining what it is.
No.
How far is this bridge over water?
Like altitude?
Yeah.
100 feet.
Okay.
Ubtao was... it was depicted... Like, his whole depiction was mazes and stuff, right?
There's a lot of maze-related symbolism that is associated with Ubtao, yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna look on each side and see if I can find a similar maze.
Okay. So, yeah, I mean, you finish tracing out the thing on the front. You, like, kind of peek around the left. You don't see anything. Peek around the right. Don't see anything. And so then you go and, like, kind of peek around. I don't know, we'll say you go around the right side or whatever.
Yeah.
And, look at the back side of the platform. And as you're craning your head around the back end of the statue, nothing happens. There is, however, another labyrinth kind of situation on that side.
Does it look like it's the same setup, or is it a different maze?
I think it looks pretty much the same.
You know what? I'm gonna actually flip to a page, and I'm gonna trace the outline of basically how the solution of the maze.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just gonna keep that, and the next time I find a maze of Ubtao, I want to see if it's a mirror image of that maze.
Okay,
So,
gotcha.
or if we're staying around here, then I'll trace the whole maze.
Cool. Anybody else have anything they want to do?
I want to walk to the end of the bridge where it's broken. Just look and see how far
Alright.
it is down or anything.
Yeah, so it is still about 100 feet down. There are, like, a few pieces of the broken bridge that kind of stick out a bit further than others, and you gather that at minimum, you'd have to jump like 15 feet to clear this gap. For mechanical reference, because I looked this up after last session, you can jump exactly your strength score with a 10-foot running jump. Or 10-foot running start, I should say.
I will not make it.
Nope.
I would not make it either. Unless someone threw me.
Fastball special. My strength is 12, which is weird because I thought it was way. It feels like it should be lower.
Strong woman Feb.
Fib strong.
But yeah, so that's what you're working with, although, probably worth pointing out, that is from the furthest extended, like, portions of the bridge to the furthest protruding bits of the part where it, like, reconnected to the path. So there may be some structural challenges there.
I'll just poof over it. It doesn't even matter for me.
Yeah,
I mean, that's fair.
yeah. I mean, I can do the same. I'll send Stratos over to the other side to see if there's anything over there.
Okay. You send Stratos over and look around. I mean, you can see like down below the gap in the bridge, there are like some vines and stuff. You can see a couple more baboons have kind of like taken up residence in that area. That's really about it, though.
I think I dropped out. I'm back now.
Yeah, we never lost you on Discord, but I don't know. Maybe you were muted or something.
Nothing
my
exciting happened.
internet all restarted. Okay.
Sometimes Discord doesn't drop even though you're not connected anymore. for
Yeah.
whatever reason.
So nothing important.
exciting.
Under the bridge.
No.
Nah.
Okay.
This does remind me of the Jungle Book, though.
I will. The last thing I'll do is send Stratos down, like between the break. I want to have him look around for bodies or anything that might have fallen.
Okay. Yeah, give me a perception check.
All right.
All right. I mean, you see some kind of like assorted bones, but they are like long picked clean, like bleached in the sun kind of situation. So, yeah, it doesn't look like there are any distinguishable human remains around.
Okay. I will reach in my bag, pull out the rope, and walk over. Is there anybody nearby? Is Thor still nearby?
Yeah, I'd stay there.
All right,
Everybody else is there.
I'm going to hand you one end of the rope, and then I'm going to Misty Step across the gap. And then I will find a place to tie the rope off.
I'll do the same on my end.
So it should be about a 50-foot thing of rope, so we should have plenty.
Gorilla is going to attempt to solve the maze. They will probably have to try hard because there's a blood path on it now.
Yeah, I would say make an intelligence check with advantage. Cool. Yeah, you solve it, no problem.
And he'll join them over there with the rope and everything.
There you go.
Are we crossing this? Sure.
Okay.
Okay. I will not cross it first this time.
All right. So anybody who hasn't already, and you're tagging along with those that have, crossed to the other side, like, beyond the statue, go ahead and make an intelligence check with advantage. So that would be what, Fib and Sirene?
Yeah.
And I guess I got to do it for the NPCs as well.
Like a 5 DC or something.
It's, well, depending on the scenario.
What are we smelling?
What are you smelling? Let's see. I'll get to Dragon Bait in a second here. Okay, no problem for Artis. And Azaka. She better not fuck this up. Like, she's the one who told you how this whole thing works. Yeah, Zaka's good. And Dragon Bait. Let's see. Yeah, probably just smells like faintly of honeysuckle. And Dragon Bait solves the maze, no problem. So yeah, everybody makes it past the statue with no issue. And now there's a rope, so you can do rope things. All right. Again, probably pretty low DC, but anybody who doesn't have magical means that they're going to use to cross the bridge, go ahead and give me an athletics check. With advantage, I'll say. All right.
Pretty good rolls.
Pretty good. Yep. So yeah, I mean that's easily done. You guys cross over to the other side of Ataz Muhaha, and your feet are once again on solid ground on the other side of the gorge.
Unfortunately, they're not underground, which is how Fib likes it to be.
Okay. So yeah, you guys made it across the Laughing Gorge and didn't die in any of the ways that you could have died. Go you.
I couldn't send Stratos over to go untie the rope on that side, could I? So I can pull it back and stick it back in my pack.
Sure, it's feasible. Like, I'm okay with it.
All right.
When Stratos is over there, Fib close.
What?
When Stratos is over there, Fib leans close to Lucius and whispers, just to him, you know, you could work safely across, you could try to get the gems, if you felt like it.
Stratos is gonna go, once he's done untying, he's gonna go test the gems again.
Okay. So, yeah, you send Stratos over. And, yeah, I don't know, have him make a strength check again.
You wanna just use mine? Mine's fucking shit, too.
Oh, right. Yeah, you don't have the stats. So go ahead and roll a d20.
Alright. Oops. That's not a d20. There we go.
All right. So you know you have Stratos try the eye that Cyrene had cast mending on, and that one is pretty firmly in place. The other one does have like the slightest bit of give, though.
Alright, I should have said out loud that I was gonna mend the other one too. But I didn't say it out loud because I didn't think we were coming back.
You know what? I'm gonna... You said it does have some give?
Yeah.
Alright. I'm going to cast Unseen Servant and have it extract the eye and bring it to me.
Okay. So yeah, you do that. You know, summon your invisible servant, and you know, after a few seconds, the eye pops loose, and everyone hears the sound of grinding stone as the statue springs to life. Surprising absolutely no one, I'm sure.
Stratos is bamfed out, and and I just kind of back up about... how far away am I from this statue?
So I guess I should bring some PCs over at this point, huh?
That's fine, we're all on the other side
Yeah,
now.
we are.
Get away.
How sure am I that he purposely did not listen to me and now we're all gonna die?
You did not.
We're not
see
gonna
any-
die, we're gonna run away.
It's not a matter of seeing, it's a matter of knowing your personality.
That's fair. It's not that hard of a stretch, I feel like, to know what happened. But, on the bright side, we're all gonna just run away, it's fine.
On the bright side, we all have a gem too.
I pick Roamon up, I put him on my shoulders as if he's a toddler. We get away. Can I
What are you doing? What are you doing? Put me down!
Wait, let me see. I can't bring anyone with me with my teleporting.
Nope.
Lame.
I'll put those two over there. Okay. So
I'm gonna go to the bathroom because Eric can't roll me initiative over 10.
Well, I mean, I might not be able to roll you initiative, so if you could hold on a second. Oh no, it works in this game. It just didn't work in the Wednesday game.
Oh, hey.
Also, you're second. So
Damn it!
ha!
The one time where I don't want to roll high initiative. You just hate me.
That must be it. That's why I married you.
So that you could never get away from his hate.
Okay.
For the rest of my life.
Yep. And you fell for it. Lucius, what are you doing?
Where is my servant?
You can't
So-
see them, so you don't know.
Well,
Actually,
I
for
would
for
know.
for the sake of correctness, the golem's here. Your unseen servant is, well, it was doing stuff to its eye, so probably like
On its face.
we'll say like here.
All right. Let's see. Yeah, I really don't have anything. Can I will tell.
Can't he just fly away?
Yeah, I
like,
was
fly
gonna say. I'll just tell it to fly away from the golem and come towards me with the jewel. And I can do that as a I think a bonus action. Once on each of my turns as a bonus action, I can mentally command the servant to move up to 15 feet and interact with an object.
Can fly?
It's an
It's a flying
invisible,
snake.
mindless, shapeless force.
It's not a flying snake because it's not
Oh, it's
Stratos.
not. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I was thinking it was Stratos.
I don't know. If it can fly, cool. If not, I'll just have it come to the edge and throw the fucking thing at me.
I would say unless it specifies that it has a fly speed, it probably can't.
It just says I can move it up to 15 feet.
Yeah, so probably not flying.
Okay, but yeah, I will just tell it to come to the edge and throw it to me.
If I had any doubt that it was you who stole the eye, it is gone.
Yep, that's fine.
Sireni's over here like, this motherfucker. Alright, so 15 feet. And
You know, if it's too weak, can I have Stratos carry it over to me?
yeah, it's not a 5-pound gem, so
Okay.
yeah, you should be alright.
All right. Yeah, I don't want it to, because it only has a strength of 2, so I didn't
Right.
want it to toddler style throw it and just it goes 3 inches and then goes straight down into the gorge.
Yeah.
So
That would have been disappointing.
that would have been extremely disappointing. And all this trouble for nothing.
Yep. Also, combat music.
Ah!
Cool.
I don't hear anything.
You will.
Now I do.
Okay. So you did the unseen servant thing. Was there anything else that Lucius wanted to do this turn?
I'm going to kind of glance over my shoulder at, or I guess glance next to me to Sireni, and I'll just be like, well, should we kill it now that it's alive, or what? And then I will hold a Toll of the Dead for if somebody else attacks.
Okay.
And that'll end it.
Cool. So, Sireni, with your high initiative, what do you want to do?
Do I know that this is a golem and isn't alive at all or anything?
It makes sense. This would be a thing that you've probably seen.
Well, we're on the other side of the river. I'm just gonna leave. in a huff.
Okay.
Not running or
Probably.
anything, just in a huff.
Yeah.
Just fuck you guys.
Yeah, I'm 10 feet off the screen.
Okay. Cool. Gromad.
Roma's gonna go too. He's like, I solved the puzzle. He's not mad at me.
Okay. Fib.
And Fib's just like, I didn't do anything to it, and also runs like,
Okay. Artist just looks over at Lucius like, really, dude?
I'll just glance down at his ring. And then back up at him.
Is that supposed to be like, well, you have a fancy ring, so I should be able to have a gem?
No. Just...
What is the ring for?
He just... I'm pretty sure didn't he steal that? And he was running from people because he had stolen that?
That's one interpretation of the story. Azaka
That
doesn't
mean
say
that's
a
the
word.
real one.
Azaka does not say a word. She just looks at you and goes.
I'm happy I'm not getting blamed for... I mean, I'm sure I will later, but...
And Dragonbait smells like roses.
Dragonbait loves being chased!
Okay, so now it's the stone golem's turn.
It's so slow!
Kinda is. Let's see.
Died. Was that Tim?
Yeah.
Tim always sounds like he's dying when he gets ready for bed.
Like, he sounded like he was an 80-year-old guy.
Okay, so the stone golem, like, heel turns on its platform and just begins running toward the gap in the bridge.
I don't think he can jump 20 feet.
I bet you it can.
Okay, so it gets here and jumps.
Aww.
And it, like, catches itself on the edge, and I need to see how this goes, because it could be really bad news for you, or it could be fucking hilarious. We'll see.
I want him to fall so badly.
I'm not sure which I want more.
If it helps the matter, I would like to use my my action, my held attack.
It's a suggestion. If he falls, Thurb, you should use Thorn Whip to try and get the other gem out of his other eye.
Oh! I could just sense fairness.
Okay, so let's see.
Wait, do we have Thornwhip still?
Yeah.
Who has Thornwhip?
Thor
I do.
does.
Perf.
He's
Oh,
One of the
okay.
2 people that are right there.
I was thinking that was only a druid thing.
It is, but he's a special.
Oh, he's cheating then.
Alright, so the thing comes running down the bridge, leaps towards you, like grabs onto the busted part of the remaining bits of the bridge on this side, and they collapse under its weight.
Yes!
And so you watch this massive, like 10-foot tall stone warrior just tumble down the gorge.
I'm gonna toll the dead as it's falling. I'm gonna steal that kill. Hold on.
Okay, so let's see.
Won't you let the river have the kill? So rude of you.
River didn't do shit.
Yeah.
Made the gorge. It took like 1,000,000 years.
Not my problem.
Whatever.
It should have stole the kill if it wanted it.
Should
so
have worked faster.
bad. Yep.
Okay, so let's see.
Try and pull that gem out.
Alright. So It makes the save on Toll the Dead. Then an 11 with Lightning Lure is going to miss. So, yeah, it's just tumbling.
Why would you try to pull it up? Lightning Lure pulls creatures towards you. Don't you not have an option in that?
He was gonna grab the eye.
He's trying to pull the eye towards him.
I want the shiny thing.
I don't know. Okay.
So, yeah. I mean, I guess we're kind of in Thor's turn. So you're using Lightning Lure. Was there anything else to do on your turn?
No. Now that I see it's fallen, I'll just walk away.
Okay. Lucius.
How far away from me is it?
So we'll say this. By its next turn, it will be 60 feet down.
All right. Let's see. All right. I'll walk to the edge, and I'm gonna cast another Unseen Servant on its head, and see if it can at least dislodge. I'm gonna have it try with all its might to dislodge that other eye. I don't care that it doesn't grab it or anything. I just want it loose, like loosened.
Okay.
And it will
Yeah,
last
and-
one turn because 60 feet. Once it gets out of range of 60 feet. it's
Got
done.
it. Got it. So, with a strength score of 2, considering that I just rolled a d20 and rolled a 4, that's going to be a total of 0 to pull it out. We'll get to that.
Okay, that's fine.
Cool. Everybody else is just continuing on their way.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Cool. So then Golem is 60 feet down. We eventually get back to it. And, I mean, it doesn't really have a whole lot it can do. So it just, yeah, it keeps tumbling down. The Unseen Servant is, like, tugging on the eye, but it was mended pretty well. And with a grand total of 0 on the strength check, it's not going anywhere. So then we're back to Lucius.
Becca, why you always gotta ruin things for us?
How far away is it from me?
Well, if you weren't such an asshole, then
I'm okay
Aw.
with it.
we'll say right now it's like just over 60 feet.
Just over 60 feet. Trying to find a spell. I really don't have anything to hit him. I guess I will just I'll send Stratos down. Start sending him down after to check it out and make sure he's done.
Okay. So
And I'll also tell this Unseen Servant, try as hard as you can. That's all I really do.
okay. So the thing like tumbles the rest of the way down, and yeah, it tumbles to a stop in this like pile of fallen rubble, and I mean, I would imagine, like, are you watching through Stratos, or are you just kind of peeking over the edge? Like,
Yeah, I'm watching through Stratos.
okay, so through Stratos' eyes, you just see this thing, like, without missing a beat, just, like, get up and start trying to climb the wall of the gorge.
How rough does this thing look?
Not damaged at all.
Alright, Stratos is coming up, and I am running. So I will join the
Okay.
rest of the group.
All right.
this thing's gonna attack us in our sleep.
I'll be fine. Oh, what if he can like track the gem? That'll suck. It's fine. I have my dart.
Yep. And
All
I
right.
was surprised.
There you go. So that was Ataz Muhaha.
I want to ask Lucius if I can see that gem to see if it's how much it's worth.
Yeah. Here you
It's
go.
worth like 5 gold.
Yeah, I'll give it to him.
Okay. So let's see. I think there is a specific note on this. Hmm.
I just want to say that in Skyrim, I took the Eyes of the Falmer today, so it's very
Yeah, it
apt.
is. It is quite appropriate, isn't it? um. Yeah. Okay. So Thorv, you being a dwarf who knows things, you look at the gem, and it's like the equivalent of costume jewelry. It is, for all intents and purposes, completely worthless.
No! What the fuck?
I'll hand it back to him and tell him that it's worth absolutely nothing.
I just
Oh.
start laughing in the
Yeah,
most
start laughing
like
at him.
sarcastic way ever.
Just kind of. How far are we from the edge of the gorge?
Probably as far as you could possibly be.
No,
Like,
don't throw it.
I'll walk back over. I'm gonna head back over towards the gorge, and I'm just gonna throw the eye down the gorge.
We could have tricked someone into buying it. We could have
Nope.
scammed them.
Oh, gonna give him his eye back, and then I'm gonna drop it. That's fine.
Okay, we could have at least said like, "Well, we found this at a Not technically
not
worth
having
it.
the thing chase us.
No, yeah, it is. We worked so hard for it. We spent like a half hour getting it.
It's fine.
Man, this is bullshit.
I'm pretty sure
Read your book again. Make sure it's not. Maybe you read a different item.
no, that's it.
It's gone. It is gone.
I'm pretty sure we don't get any XP because we just left.
We defeated it.
That's
Yeah,
Pushed it down the river.
It took 0 whole points of damage.
Okay, but if you think
Diffuse
about
the
it,
situation.
what if it fell off a cliff and died? Then it would count, and pretty much the same thing happened.
Did it though?
Except it
Yeah.
didn't.
You know what?
As far as we
mad
know, it's
at
stuck down there, though.
Yeah, it's never getting out. It's gonna drown to death.
It's a
Yeah.
stone golem breathes air.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, at least we get to
Okay.
say Shark Boy kill big again with the big fuck off sword.
But if that was him, and someone stole his sword,
He'd murder them.
Okay, so let's see.
You can't
Um,
kill steal his sword. He's too powerful.
So I mean, basically, that was kind of like the tail end of the travel day. So, maybe another, like, enough travel to continue on long enough to like not feel like you're gonna get murdered in your sleep by a golem or something. But then you settle in for a night's rest, and nothing disturbs your sleep.
somehow,
What was that?
somehow.
Somehow,
Oh,
yeah.
I thought you said howls. Like, Becca, shut up. Just accept it.
But yeah, so you wake up, get your long rest and all that stuff, and continue on. I imagine you still want to kind of go the quickest route to the mark now, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So then, yeah, we'll say you
You know, can we skirt between the two squares? So like, can we go head for that area between the squares? Basically, to try to fill out as much as we can while heading this way.
So yeah, I mean, like you guys could let's see, like you could do one of these kind of situations?
Yeah, let's do something like
Yeah.
that.
Okay.
The
So
end
yeah,
of all this, we're going to become adventurers and map out this entire place and sell our maps for millions of gold.
There you
Yep,
go.
Become rich off of
that's
them.
that is my goal.
there you go. So yeah, next day you that and we delete that one. And you guys go there, and the whole day goes by uneventfully. So then, the next day,
We'll be back.
you are traveling along, and as you are walking, suddenly, Cyreney, you look up and see a massive silhouette up in the trees.
Oh no.
I think she said she'll be back.
Well, then somebody else sees it.
Ah!
Oh no.
That's the
Uh.
noise Fib makes when she's surprised.
Yeah, sure, Fib sees it.
Ah! What is it? A giant silhouette?
Yeah,
Look, it's a giant silhouette.
It's a thingy. It's one of those 4-armed apes.
What
probably.
shape is it? Is it humanoid? Is it a monster? Is it the sun?
it is conspicuously canoe-shaped.
Canoe shaped? Are we near water?
I mean, you're 20 miles from the river that you crossed over,
What?
and best you can tell, you're about 40 to 50 miles from the ocean.
Fib stops everyone and points at this guy and just says, "What the fuck is that?"
Stratos, go.
Okay. So yeah, he sends Stratos up, and nestled between a couple of big tree branches, probably some 60 feet, 70 feet maybe up off the jungle floor, you see a scratched up but otherwise fully intact canoe.
This is wonderful.
Is
A
there
land
anything
canoe.
inside of it?
There are 6 almost brand new looking oars just sitting inside.
Ooh.
Huh.
I bet they're worth nothing. They're just cost.
How is this lodged up there?
Make an investigation check.
All right.
As soon as I see him looking at trying to dislodge it, I want to move out of the way.
Yeah, same.
Okay. So you look around, and I mean, yeah, it's pretty confusing, right? It's a canoe up 70 feet in the air in a tree. Then you look up, and you can actually see that there are a few branches that are like snapped above where the canoe is.
Oh.
I look
Very
for a
angry
man in a
crocodile.
loin. What?
A very angry crocodile.
Oh, I'm looking for a man in a loincloth. Whose parents got eaten by Cheetos.
I guess I'll send Stratos up further to check it out.
Okay.
See follow
yeah,
where
you
the
said
branches are. And...
Okay. I mean, it goes all the way up to the top of the canopy. Like, there is a clear path where this canoe seems to have been, like, fucking airdropped into the jungle.
Huh. Huh. Well, I will, I guess I'm gonna get as close as I can to the tree. And, is it 60 or is it 70 feet up?
We'll say 60.
Alright. Gonna bring out the old unseen servant again.
Uh-huh.
And I'm going to have him dislodge the canoe and throw it down. And I will get out of the way and I'll say, watch out to everybody.
Servant has a strength of like 2?
Yeah, but I
Gonna
mean,
push
he
a canoe
can.
out of a tree?
It can jiggle it around at least.
I think you're gonna break the canoe.
We'll see.
Okay.
I
So
leave the immediate area.
that's fair.
Yeah. I'm
You definitely cut out.
gonna poof away if I need.
Got it. So yeah, it takes like a minute or so. You know, you hear like the faint kind of crackling of a branch, like just barely moving a little bit.
Yeah.
And then you do see the boat begin to kind of wiggle a little bit up in the tree, and that momentum builds a little bit, and eventually you do hear kind of a sliding sound, a scraping of wood on wood as the canoe just like tumbles off of the branch that it's perched on, and like catches a couple of other branches on the way down, and just boom, 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 and it like lodges nose first in the kind of like muddy jungle floor.
All right. I will walk. I'll go over to it and
Okay.
take a look at it.
I'm going with him.
All right.
Same.
Yeah. I want to know if it's still in one piece.
Let's see. So, I think you would probably notice that, like, there are some deep gouges on it now. You know, maybe like a chip taken off of the front a little bit, but structurally, you know, it seems serviceable still.
And how big is it? Big enough to hold 6 people?
Let's see what we got.
We have to drag it like 20 feet to the river.
20 miles?
What? Oh, miles. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, that one.
I just want to know what this boat's doing in this big tree. You guys are like a perfect boat we can use, and I'm thinking like, what the hell is it doing in a tree though?
We could create water and just sail ourselves through the jungle.
I'm
Like
putting you
Silver
in
Surfer
charge of
style.
creating that much water.
I don't know. We'll figure that out later.
So a canoe can hold up to 6 medium creatures.
Aren't
And
there 6 of us? That's perfect.
There are more than 6 of us.
We'll just leave Azaki.
What?
but yeah,
Should
so
do shit anyway.
Wow.
Well,
so
just
so
saying.
there you go. You have a canoe if you want a canoe.
Fucking canoe. What the?
Is there anything spectacular about any of the oars or anything? Does anything look magical about this?
Does anyone have a detect magic? Magic people.
So I think now that you have the thing like in front of you, you can see that each of the oars has or at least a very similar representation of a narwhal on them.
Yeah.
I love it.
I'll
I
take
love it
one.
so much. You're just gonna take
Yeah.
canoe?
No, I'm gonna take a paddle, an oar.
Okay. Just holding it, I guess, because we're not in the water.
Yeah. I'll strap it on my back.
God damn it!
I'll grab one too.
Why? God. This is so stupid. I love our canoe very much. Finn picks up an orb and leans against it casually. I was like, so are we gonna get this thing to the water or like figure out why it was in a tree?
I mean, it looks like it was dropped from, like, above. Somebody dropped it.
Yeah, sometimes I just drop my canoe 70 feet in the air. Just while I'm strolling through the
Oh
forest.
no, it dropped from above the canopy, so something dropped it. I wonder if it was maybe a big bird picked it up and dropped it.
Yeah, maybe I heard this really big bird. It doesn't have feathers. It's called a dragon.
I mean, it could have been a dragon, but I would think we would have heard a dragon.
I mean, that doesn't. It might have like happened like a week ago. Like,
Yeah, like, how old does the boat look? God, I keep trying to do my laundry and I can't because I'm on lose signal and I don't want to miss this.
The boat. Can I Arcana check the boat too?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
It's a boat.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
it is
But,
not the illusion of a boat.
It is not the illusion of a boat. The boat is real, and the boat is just a boat. It does look reasonably new. Like, let's see. I would say there's maybe like there's some discoloration on the side that's been like kind of facing upward. So it looks, I guess I would say it looks mostly unused. Like in terms of age, like how long it's existed, probably longer than its usage would suggest.
So somebody had it for a while, just never used it.
Yeah, or it sat up in a tree
been
for
up
a
in
while.
tree.
Yeah.
Well, should we just
Maybe
keep
it's
going?
here from when the water level.
Yeah, because the water
stuck
level
in the
gets
tree.
70 feet high. No, okay.
Yeah, like millions of years ago, you know?
You're one of those.
The
The Earth is
the million-year canoe.
Yeah, this planet is flat, and I will prove it.
Arda used to be flat.
All right. Well, I will head out.
Okay.
Did I miss anything besides finding a canoe in a tree?
Nope, that's it.
We're just gonna leave this canoe here.
I've got an oar. That's all I need.
Okay,
wanna carry
but
it?
how heavy is the canoe? Did you guys hear
Um,
me talking? Because I didn't see myself.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see. There should be maybe some kind of specifics here. There's a D&D Beyond entry. It weighs a mere 100 pounds.
We can carry that bitch. Let's go to the water.
Why? Yeah, okay.
So we can have a canoe and travel by water.
We don't need a canoe.
Yeah.
When you see a canoe in a tree, you don't just leave it.
Used to have like 3 canoes, and we left those somewhere too.
What? No, we didn't.
Yes,
Yeah, you did.
Oh, we did.
Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
that was before.
We stole them from Camp Righteous and rode them down the river. Well, I
Yeah,
can't
Camp
say
Righteous
stole.
deserved them to be stolen.
They were abandoned at Camp Righteous. We took them down the river.
Fuck Camp Righteous. Wait, is that the one that we hate?
No, Camp Righteous.
No.
That was the one with the crocodile man statue.
Yeah, that's the empty
What
one.
was the one that we murdered someone at?
Vengeance?
Camp Vengeance.
Oh, then never mind. Camp Righteous is fine or whatever.
Yeah,
But,
Camp
like-
Vengeance is a swamp.
Okay, but God, I want this canoe. Someone put it in their bag of holding.
We don't have one.
What? What kind of D&D party doesn't have a bag of holding?
Where have you
Too
been?
long.
Have you just
Okay.
been like not in?
Take all of your gosh darn rope out and put this canoe in.
What rope? We don't have a place to put a 100-pound canoe.
Oh, God. You know what? I was reading a book that the canoe shrunk down to the size of a coin. I could take it with me around the island. I think that's what this should do.
Well, okay, then try it. And this is in character. I just point at the canoe and I'm just like, try it.
If you think that Fib reads... She doesn't, is what I'm saying.
Oh.
Except
Except
if
you'll
it's
try it.
Lucius.
Fib.
Yeah, well, except if it's about monsters. Okay, I guess I'll just leave this for the wild animals to rip apart.
What
What's
is
it
this
called?
thing?
Does it have a name on it?
It does not seem to have a name on it. No.
God damn it. Okay, let's call it the narwhal. The gnarly narwhal. I'm gonna write it down so we don't forget.
Ib is acting very loopy today. I'm concerned.
You're wrong. I just like this canoe, is all. Alright, let's go. Let's leave this
Yep.
canoe here.
Yep.
Okay.
So
So-
once we get about 60 feet away,
Don't.
I'm gonna-
Don't! What are you doing? Why?
Flaming sphere, I'm going to burn the fucking boat. To
Why?
if we can't take it with us, nobody can have it.
That's very rude.
Yep. Oh well.
Viv pulls her sword out and just stabs you in the arm with it.
Okay.
And then she puts it away and walks away.
Well, you get some hellish revenge.
That's only 5, that's fine. Why would you burn my canoe? I was leaving it.
Because I wanted it to burn.
Mm-hmm. Well, you took 10 damage because of it.
Mm-hmm.
Tyranny is okay with this, but she's definitely not healing either of them.
That's fine.
And you should be thankful because I could have added a psychic blade to it.
That's fine.
All right. So, after an encounter that, in my mind, perfectly encapsulates D&D, I'm like, hey, I'll put a fucking canoe in a tree and see what happens. Half an hour later, we have inter-party conflict.
Over the canoe in the tree.
Fucking stabbed over an airdropped canoe in the middle of the fucking jungle.
Well, he did it just to hurt me.
No, I didn't because that's what I do.
Yeah, you could have just left my canoe alone.
No, I couldn't.
I clearly loved the canoe and you hurt it on purpose.
I heard it on purpose, but not because of you.
Okay, have fun with a sword wound arm.
Okay.
And you're so fragile, so I know that hurt.
I mean, it's fine. I can live with this.
Mm-hmm. I hope you can live with it.
I'm going to.
In your heart.
My flaming sphere, like, jumps up and slams down on the canoe.
Oh!
And
Oh!
then it just kind
Fib.
of rolls around, like...
Viv wheels on you and grabs you by your collar. Why?
You just see Lucius smiling.
And she slaps him in the face.
Still smiling.
An arm damage.
Yeah, she just pushes him to the ground and walks away.
I'll just shrug and get back up.
All right.
Is it sufficiently destroyed?
Oh yeah.
Alright, I'll just snap my fingers and the ball goes away.
The gnarly narwhal is quite burninated.
I hate Lucius. Go away, Cortana, I'm angry.
So,
Yeah.
you continue on for the rest of the day, and nothing nearly as eventful as a canoe in a tree happens for the rest of the day.
I don't think Lucius could survive if something did.
I mean, I'm okay. I've got my means.
aka healing potions.
So you get a long rest in.
Darn, I helped
Your
Lucy die.
yeah, your assorted wounds heal up,
Sweet.
and yeah, you continue on. So this next day, let's see.
We find a pair of skis in a tree.
um, the next day, it's sunny with rain showers, and yeah, you spend most of it traveling, pretty uneventful. Before, right around the time you think you're getting to that point that's marked on your map, and Gromod probably well, I don't know. I guess I'll let Gromod decide, because Gromod's leading the way, and then as he is doing so, he's just kind of following the best path he can find, and then in a scene very reminiscent of back by Fort Belurian when you were kind of tracing around the Bay of Chult, there's just like a sudden drop off, but Gromod sees it coming, so it's okay. Does he mom arm people, or does he just let him walk off the edge?
Let Lucius walk off.
Mind your step.
Okay, so in front of you now, you see, all right, so you see a wide sinkhole. The earth around it, now as you kind of take a second and look around and really take it in, the ground around this hole is littered with goblin bones.
I really don't like this.
Stratos goes into the hole.
Okay. So yeah, it's a pretty big sinkhole. It's like 90 feet across. And there are actually stone walls visible beneath the kind of thin layer of dirt.
So it's dug. It's not like hollow and actually sunk down.
Correct.
Okay, so I will walk up towards the edge then and kind of look down.
Okay. So about 30 feet down from where you are currently standing, you see just this like expansive, stagnant-looking pond of murky green water. And down there you see a bunch of movement. It's hundreds of frogs hopping from one floating plant to another.
How far down?
Why don't you fireball those?
It's about 30 feet down, but there is another defining feature to this big pit.
Okay.
That being kind of toward the other side from where you are, a massive rib cage and what looks like a pair of bony wings rise above this murky green mess, and they are covered in like vines, moss, and lichen. Judging by how much of this skeleton, which you're pretty sure is that of a dragon, judging by how much of it is exposed.
What did I tell you?
Ah, there you go. It's the canoe dragon.
You fucking idiot.
The water is probably not more than like 3 or 4 feet deep. Probably.
Okay. Are there any... Does it look like there's anything down there that would kill me? Like, how big are the frogs?
They're like normal frogs.
Okay, so I can visibly see a dragon corpse and nothing down there that will kill me other than just a bunch of frogs.
Yeah.
That water down there killed the dragon.
How
Maybe.
far away from me is the dragon corpse, and does it look like it was killed and just kind of fell here, or does it look like it was, it's not signs of a battle or something, is there?
Make an investigation check.
Okay.
Do I not remember reading anything in the book about carnivorous frogs? If there's a bunch of frogs and a bunch of bones,
fucking piranha frogs.
Piranha frogs.
I don't think you would have seen anything in Volo's guide about carnivorous frogs, at least of the normal size. You know, like you've been attacked by giant frogs
Yeah.
that tried to eat you before, but this is a little different.
I do like that there are countless skeletons, and Lucius is like, no, let's focus on the dragon. Like,
Well, yeah.
clearly things have been dying a lot down here, though. Like, regardless of if the dragon just happened to die and fall in here.
Well, I have my reasons. So.
Oh.
Okay. So with your 19 on the investigation check, you notice that kind of amongst the plant life and like, you know, various like growth of all this stuff along the dragon corpse, there is some semblance of a pattern to be seen. Some of these vines look as though they have been crafted into nets and cast over the dragon.
Huh. Does it look like does it look like it's set up as a trap, or is it just set up as like shelter?
It looks like the dragon was ambushed.
Oh, gotcha. In that case, does it is there anything around like the dragon's feet, or you know, anything around near the dragon, any weapon or anything that might be buried?
I think floating around in the soupy green water, you probably see the remains of some like crudely carved spears.
Anything? Do I see anything that looks intact?
Let's see. Not really.
No. Well, I'll release Stratos to go hunt some frogs if he so chooses.
Okay.
And I'll inform the group that there is a dragon carcass. It looks like it was trapped.
Hey guys, found a dragon.
Not too
Oh,
much
thanks.
else.
We just found a dragon.
Yeah, I mean, do we want to go down and check it out, or
Is it sleeping? What?
it's dead? It's a
No,
corpse.
okay.
Is it gonna come back to life like everything else in this area? Try and kill us?
I mean,
Things that come back to life are dangerous.
we already killed something that was pretty big and came back to life. So.
Yeah, that was just a T-Rex. This is a dragon.
still,
Just a T-Rex.
Yeah. I mean, that was a T-Rex that barfed zombies.
That's true. That was easy though.
Oh boy.
if it's not disturbed, I don't think we should disturb it.
Alright.
Why?
I mean, if it does come back to life,
Could be valuable to have. No, you're right. You're probably right.
Yeah, I'm there is no visible scales or anything on this dragon left, right?
Make a perception check.
Alright.
Okay. Yeah, there doesn't seem to be anything other than the skeleton of the dragon left, and you comb every visible inch of that skeleton, at least from where you are, or maybe with Stratos or whatever.
Yeah.
But one thing you do notice, kind of in a corner, kind of close to the side of the sinkhole that you're on, actually, there is a surprisingly uniform carving in the stone wall of the sinkhole. Something that you think might be a secret door.
All right. I will let everybody know that.
You want us to lower you down there on a rope or something, or
I
you
mean,
have a
I
better
can go
idea?
down there. I can Misty step down there. It's not too far. If you want a rope to secure up here, and then we can all go down.
Okay.
Eric, this is just like in the middle of the jungle, right? It's not at like a point pointed out on the map or something.
I mean, it was what was pointed out by the fairy dragon.
Oh, okay. I missed that part.
The
Yeah.
fairy dragon.
Yeah.
When was the fairy dragon? I don't
That
remember
was
that.
way long ago. That was in Camp like we were screwing around with Camp Vengeance, and we sent him over there, and he had so much fun that he showed us that.
Oh yeah, okay, the dickhead.
Yes. Yeah, he screwed with the jerk.
Yeah, I hate him.
Well, he's dead. So.
Is he dead? What? Wait, what happened to him?
Yeah, we killed him.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Yeah.
Oh, I think you're talking about two different things.
I'm talking about the one that put poop on my head or something.
Yes.
Yeah, we sent him over to the leader of Camp Vengeance to piss him off.
So Cliff Notes: the dragon not dead. The leader of Camp Vengeance presumed dead.
Oh, okay. So you lied to me about the dragon being dead.
No, I didn't mean the dragon was dead.
But yeah. So the side of the sinkhole here looks pretty easy to climb up and down. I mean, you could use a rope. It would probably like give you, well, honestly, I don't even think this is like a climb check. I think this is just something you can do. So take that for what it's worth.
All right. Well, I will climb down then.
Okay.
I'll go down behind him.
All right.
I will follow them.
I also will follow.
Is anybody not following?
Our NPCs are up with ropes in case we need to get out.
I think we might
Okay.
need them with us.
Oh god, why?
Hmm.
They'll get in the way.
So I think they're somewhat willing to head down there and
Yeah,
Help
then
you out.
steal our
I mean,
gold.
They're not climbing, so we don't have to worry about heights.
It's true. Yeah, Zaka can handle 30 feet. She's good there. But yeah, so you guys head over and reach the point on the wall where Lucius picked out what could be a secret door. And as you get there, you notice that maybe part of the reason this stuck out so much is that a lot of the surrounding plant life seems to have kind of withered just around this particular door.
I don't care about plant life.
I'm going to. Yeah. I'm gonna send an unseen servant to go and try to touch this door.
Okay.
See if you can open it, push it, pull it.
Yeah, so you summon the servant, and we just see the like two like voids in the swampy water where its like skinny little legs are. They're just kind of like splashes its way forward to the door, and you see it kind of standing there, maybe changing its position a little bit every now and then, trying to, push, pull, touch different places. Nothing seems to be happening.
I'll say, well, it doesn't seem to be able to be opened. Maybe somebody, but it doesn't seem to be trapped. I don't know. Somebody want to take a closer look?
Gromod would like to take a look.
Okay. I'll step back.
Okay. Groyomod, make an investigation check. Hey, that's just what you needed. So, looking around, you probably start looking at the stonework itself and trying to make some sense of that. But then, as you get down to one of the corners, you get a look at some of that plant life that's kind of withered away down there, and it seems it's kind of a familiar effect. I mean, you and your people have developed some things along these lines. It seems like they've been killed off by some sort of poison.
Uh-oh, guys, there's poison. That's why these plants died.
We stop going towards it.
Looking at the door on the hidden passage, is there anything like written near it that I see with that investigation check?
There is not. You don't see any writing area of the stone at all.
Okay.
Yeah, I think one thing you might notice is that there are like some like smudges on the door. Like smears of things.
Like blood?
Poop.
Snot.
This is an ancient bathroom.
Oh god. Hard to say what, but you can tell that it's there have been things like sprayed and smeared on the door.
What the
It's true.
fuck? Okay, so we know what it is now.
Does it
I
appear
feel-
magical?
What was that?
The door. Does it appear magical?
Make an Arcana check. It certainly could be. Like you don't see runes or glyphs or anything, but given the fact that we've now had multiple people examining the thing and trying to find some mechanical way of opening it, there could be something arcane involved here.
Alright, I sit down, pull out my book, and for 10 minutes start doing my thing, and I will identify.
How annoyed are we, or like sick of are we as a party of just waiting for him to finish writing things?
So Gromod would have noticed that this is the spears and stuff maybe were of goblin make, right?
Yeah.
I feel like he just like started saying words at the door trying to get it to open. Like he's just saying like opening goblin and stuff.
Okay. Yeah, so all this is going on. Lucius is identifying. So Lucius, are you just like plop down in the swamp water?
Is there a dry spot anywhere in this?
Nope.
Yeah.
Sit on my lap.
Well, I'll say, okay, yeah, I'll sit on Fib's lap.
Sib sat down and you came over and just cradled in there.
I mean, I don't care. I have prestidigitation. I can clean myself off. So.
You're like hanging out in the grossest kiddie pool ever.
Yeah.
I shaped the water so that I moved the water away from my
Thank
Viv is cradling Lucius like a baby.
That's fine. All this time, I'm just transfixed on the little movements and runes and stuff.
They've gotten over their scuffle over the canoe.
Okay, so yeah, go ahead.
I'll spend the time catching frogs and stuff using Thorn Whip and Lightning Lure just to
Well,
catch them
Okay.
for food.
just killing wildlife.
Yeah, you know.
Here, food.
Shh, baby's sleeping.
So 10 awkward minutes later.
The only people who feel awkward are not Fib and Lucius, though.
Yep. Lucius doesn't care.
I mean, I don't think Zirny cares either.
The only one who feels awkward is Eric.
Yeah, maybe. So 10 minutes later, Lucius, you finish your spell and you identify a particular quirk about this door. That being that it only opens when it is in contact with poison. Could be poison gas, could be rubbing poison on the door itself.
I pull out my vial of poison, just dip the tip of my finger in, and touch the door with the poison that's on the tip of my finger, and open the door.
I mean,
There you
you
go.
could have used like a blade of grass or something.
Yeah.
Well, you know, usual safety precautions.
Yeah.
Don't wipe your face. Don't go to the bathroom. you know.
Once I get done and once it opens, I'll just kind of look at my finger, prestidigitation, and it's clean.
There you go.
You gonna prestidigitize our butts too?
Yep, prestidigitation. Nice, dry, clean, all that.
I always want to be nice, dry, clean down there.
There you go.
Well, not always dry.
Okay, Becca, that's
Whoa.
you're nasty. You nasty.
So you apply the poison to the door, and it immediately like recedes back into the wall and slides into a sort of hole that was carved for it that you can now see. And inside, you see a little like 15-foot deep alcove. Inside, you see kind of a small collection of seemingly random loot. There is a purse that looks to be made of some kind of reptilian hide. There is a small box made from 2 velociraptor skulls cleverly fitted together.
That's cool.
Yeah, that sounds fucking cool.
A hollow dinosaur bone with a wax plug at one end.
Alright.
And yeah, that's about it.
I'll look at everybody else. Say, do you want me to send a servant down there?
Yes, of course. How many servants do you get? How many servants are there when you cast your spell?
Just one, but
Oh.
I do
Well,
have...
you did it the other time and there were more.
Yeah, I know, but I don't want to burn through every spell I have.
Okay.
So, alright, yeah, I will cast Unseen Servant, and I will have it pick up the pieces one at a time and bring them to me.
God, that's gonna take them forever. Do you know how distracted toddlers get?
He's fine. He literally follows my every command as best he can. And once I give it the command, it performs the task the best of its ability until it completes it.
I know they do their best, but
Yeah, I mean, basically, it's like 30 seconds with all the back and forth. It's actually not too bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you have a reptilian skin purse,
All right.
a velociraptor skull box, and a hollow dinosaur bone with a wax plug at one end.
All right. I will give. Who wants the bone with the plug? Or I'm
me.
Oh, okay. You get it. Fib gets it.
I wanted it as soon as it was
That's
described.
fine. You can have it.
It's a
No.
dinosaur bone with a plug at the end.
Yeah.
I don't understand it, but I wanted it.
I'll give
Okay.
Siri.
Well, as you take it, you do feel that there's like something moving around inside.
Oh, are both ends plugged up?
No, just the one. There's only one opening on the bone.
Oh, okay.
Might be
Um,
alcohol.
Does it sound liquid?
It sounds solid. Like
It sounds like poop.
more solid than a healthy poop should be.
Does
Yeah.
it sound clanky? Does it sound small?
It sounds like maybe 4 or 5 I don't know, maybe like golf ball size items rattling around in there.
Okay, I open it up.
Inside, you find 5 +1 sling bullets.
Ooh, what does that mean?
If you have a sling, you can use them as +1 ammo.
Oh, I don't have that.
Well, if you ever get one, you got good ammo.
Okay, I'll have to find a sling.
All
I
right.
feel like it should be fairly easy to just make a sling.
It should.
If I was an Animorphs, I would just find a dinosaur carcass and rip its skin up.
I have never reached that part of Animorphs.
Oh my god, Becca.
I'm okay with it.
What's in the box with the T-Rex head or the Velociraptor heads?
What's in the box?
So inside the skull box, you find 3 objects.
Oh boy.
Ooh.
2 of them are identical.
Oh
Ooh.
boy.
These identical objects are each diamonds,
Oh.
Oh.
worth 500 gold apiece.
That's so much.
All right.
How many were there?
2 of them.
Doesn't
Oh.
someone have a spell that costs diamonds?
Probably you. Any revival spell.
Yeah, but can't we not revive?
Yeah, you
Oh.
kinda can't.
So you can waste your diamonds if you want to.
So that third item in the box,
Mm-hmm.
it is it looks to be a wand.
Ooh.
I will pick that up gingerly.
Okay.
And I'm not gonna even fuck around. I'm gonna just spend 1 minute and cast Identify as a spell.
There you go. All right. So, like a kid on Christmas morning, Lucius identifies this wand and determines that it is a wand of fear.
Ooh. Alright. I take it like it has it has X amount of uses I can fear something.
Yeah, you should be able to drag and drop that.
Oh. Okay. Wand of fear. Oh, I can. That's incredible. Boop. Dropped.
Yeah. And so last, there is the purse. Who wants the purse?
I'll open that up.
I was gonna say I'll hand it to Thorv or somebody as soon as I get the wand.
Okay.
Just hand it to whoever takes it first.
Get this garbage out of here. I need to focus.
Okay. So the purse in and of itself is pretty nice, and inside, there's definitely some weight to it. Inside the purse, you find 55 gold, 800 silver, and 3 blue quartz rings.
I'll take the gold and silver and hand the rings to Lucius when he's done.
Alright.
You said 55 gold?
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, that is what you have found in this little secret cavern from what the fairy dragon pointed you toward.
Are the rings magical?
I'll take a look at those.
Okay. Identifying or...
First I want to check them to see. Like, I'll just Arcana check them.
Okay. So judging by the material they're made from, this doesn't necessarily seem like something that would hold an enchantment.
Okay, so they're just decorative rings.
Yeah, more or less.
Alright, I will say that and, again, hand them to whoever wants them.
I'll take them back and check the value. See if you can get an estimate of the value.
Yeah, each one's probably worth about 10 gold.
Anybody can
I
have them.
I ask for them. They match me.
I'm okay
Yep,
with
she can have them.
I now have 3. What was it a quartz? What was it?
Blue quartz.
Yeah, blue quartz is really not worth anything. Metal is it made out of?
It doesn't actually say. So I don't know. I'm kind of willing to interpret it as they're actually rings made out of, which is kind of a cool idea to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
I am very, very swiftly attuning to this wand.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, you guys are here. I don't know if you wanted to do anything else in the vicinity, search for anything or what have you, but
Does it appear... It would just be walking across the swamp to get to the dragon corpse, right?
yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
I'll just walk over there. I just want to take a look at the dragon.
All right. So yeah, you head over. You see in front of you this massive skeletal body of the dragon just collapsed to there. The head is actually like mostly submerged. It's kind of hard to really see, exactly what sort of dragon this might have been. But yeah, you see this thing covered in nets fashioned from vines, and there are still like some stone like spear tips kind of lodged in some of the chipped bones that you can see.
Are any of its claws still intact?
Yeah, reasonably. Probably a bit overgrown with greenery at this point, but yeah.
All right, I'll grab 2
Okay.
if I can find them, and prestidigitation, clean them all off real nice.
All right. So yeah, I mean, you do that. Nothing seems to happen. You don't awaken the undead dragon or anything like.
Alright. About how big are they?
Let's see. I mean, I think one of these claws would probably be somewhere on the order of like between 2 and 3 feet long.
Okay. That's fine. So, I'll carry it back. And I'll say, aren't dragon claws worth something? Thought they were some sort of a alchemy or I don't know, something.
You're the one who's lived in civilization.
All kinds of pieces of dragon are worth stuff, I guess.
There's probably a market. I mean, if it's hard to come across, there's somebody who'd be willing to pay for it. So
Yeah, that's what I figure. So
Oh, then get its pee too.
it's pee.
Yeah, like, for like a T-Rex pee. Haven't you
Except-
seen Jurassic Park?
It's all bone.
Jurassic Park 3.
Yeah, Jurassic Park. Of the Jurassic
3.
Park franchise.
But the dragon's all bone. There's no pee.
I was making a goof. It's fine. Don't even worry about it.
All right.
Phoebus sadly realizes up on the surface there's no fine entertainment like in the Underdark.
the Underdark, which a Shatterkai is definitely from.
She grew up with the gnomes underground who fought the drow.
Of course.
I put this in my backstory, Eric.
Them know me drow, though.
What?
I said them know me drow though.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I put in my backstory. Eric didn't say no, so canon.
Insert picture of a cannon.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so I mean, yeah. Anyway, is there anything else you guys wanted to do?
I mean, you guys think we should just kind of stay the night in here?
And the dragon.
No. In the door, behind the door.
It seemed kind of cozy in the dragon. I thought maybe.
I mean, if you want to stay in the dragon, I'll probably stay out here with you.
Okay, do you want to stay in the dragon together?
Sure.
Okay, so Pip and Lucy sleep in the dragon skeleton together.
That's fine.
This is healthy behavior.
We have a really weird friendship. Did you
We
ever think
do.
of that?
Very much so.
Okay, so I mean, everybody can find a place to sleep. You know, it's not there's nothing super pressing, super urgent about any of this. But you all do find a spot to crash for the evening, and you get your long rest in and wake up the next morning ready to continue your journey. And yeah, onward to Kirsabal.
Yeah.
Okay. So the rain has stopped and now it's just dry and sunny.
Oh,
A hot
Do you know-
jungle day.
you know why I hate it being sunny?
Because.
Because I'm from the Underdark.
Yep. I believe it.
Okay. So hold on.
I think our
Why?
party kind of just disappeared.
Yeah, I know. I didn't select that one, but apparently Roll20 decided I did. Do-do-do-do-do. Okay. Well, I can. Grab a copy of this one. A little different, but it works. Okay. So the next day. It's hot. It's sunny. You do some traveling. And it is uneventful. And at this point, you are probably not more than half a day's walk out from Kir Sabal at the rate you guys have been going. So, as you settle in for another night's sleep and get it successfully, let me clear this out.
How much experience do we get for having a successful?
1 quarter of experience.
Well, how much?
1 quarter.
Hmm?
Round down.
There you
I've
go.
been given like a half before, so that's something. It's adding up.
1 quarter and round down.
Oh, yeah, that's true. You do round down in D&D.
That is a thing. Alright, so the next day you wake up, and I don't know, let's see what the weather's like. The weather is rainy. So.
With bugs.
More
Mm.
importantly, what is the smell?
I mean, it kind of defaults to ham, I feel like.
We love ham.
Alright.
So, yeah, you get up and walk for probably not even half a day before you see, not too far ahead of you, there is a tall plateau that kind of stands a bit above the rest of the jungle. And as you approach, you can begin to make out some of the finer details. There are what look like wooden pathways that kind of zigzag up the side of this thing, with stone buildings actually carved from the cliff face itself that kind of lead out to these paths. Azaka is quick to point out that, this is Kir Sabal. It's an ancient monastery that was for a long time occupied by native Chiltons before, they mostly either, were killed off or decided to join the culture of Port Nyanzaru. But now you can see every so often there is a humanoid figure with wings that will land or dive off one of the platforms and take flight over the top of the jungle. And within another hour or so, you are at the base of these paths. So, what you didn't necessarily notice from that farther distance was that some of these paths are really not in the best state. So let's see here. Yeah. Most of the broken paths are kind of like along the lower portion of the walkways. So upon your approach, you're kind of immediately faced with this series of kind of difficult to traverse situations. So I guess I will leave it up to you how you want to cross these gaps that range from, I would say, let's see here, probably like 10 feet to close to 20, and you're at kind of an upward incline.
How many?
We'll say that you have to pass 3 checks basically to get up here.
We could probably just do that rope trick again.
Yep.
Sounds good.
Rope trick, aka tying ropes around
So,
ourselves.
I will say, everybody.
Using rope.
So, everybody give me a couple ropes, because I only have one.
A couple ropes.
'Cause
How
if
many
mean,
do
somebody-
you
we
need?
Reuse them. Like,
Well,
don't we go a distance? Aren't they not next to each other?
yeah, but I can go ahead and just set all the ropes up.
I mean, I guess I don't have a rope, so
Why don't you have a rope? Ugh.
I'll hand him my rope.
I give him my rope.
Okay, good enough.
Okay. So yeah, I mean,
I'll Misty Step across the gaps, by the way.
right, I figured. So that's
Wait, how far do they go? I was thinking they were too far for Misty Step. I missed how
No.
far they were.
10 to 20.
Okay. I was thinking there were multiple and each were 10 to 20.
There are 3.
so yeah, he will have to Misty Step multiple times, but
Okay.
these first one, they are kind of in like close succession. So he has what, 100 feet of rope on him?
150 now.
150? Okay. Yeah, that's plenty to just run, even if you have to tie a couple of them together. Like, that's plenty to just run it from the near side across the third gap. So,
Okay.
yeah. So go ahead and burn all that Misty Step
Yep.
stuff. And then everybody else. Let's see. Yeah, so everyone else, if you are not using magical means to get by these gaps, first, let's make a round of athletics checks with advantage.
Ooh.
Oh boy. Okay. So nice. We're tearing it up here. We're doing great.
Good.
So Cyrano, you make it across with no problem.
If I start to fall, I'm gonna use my Blessing of the Raven Queen.
Okay. So Fib, you make it, you begin to fall, but then you use your blessing and just poof to the next platform.
Yep, same. If I'm falling, I'm using Thorn Whip, and I got good practicing with that.
That's true. You've had quite a bit of mop opportunities. So go ahead and roll Thorn Whip. Yeah, so that's gonna miss. So for Thorv and Groilmod, I present each of you with a choice. You can fall and take an amount of fall damage. An amount that will probably not kill you, but it'll hurt. Or you can find kind of a second burst of energy and succeed at the cost of taking 1 level of exhaustion.
I will take 1 level of exhaustion.
Okay.
I guess I'll do the same.
Okay, so that means you have disadvantage on further checks, which is going to make the next 2 each just even checks rather than having advantage from the rope. All right. This time, everybody make acrobatics checks. All right, so Gromod flies right through.
Disadvantage.
If you don't have a point of exhaustion, you can make it with advantage. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so Sirenny. Fall damage or exhaustion?
I mean, if I fall, don't I have to get up and redo these? Fall.
Let's see. I mean, I would say you find a way to, at least get back to where you were, so you don't have to make like the whole progression of them again.
Okay, so I would beat the second one if I take the fall damage.
Yeah, you would have to keep trying the second one until you succeed if you choose to take
Oh.
the fall damage.
Well, then I'll take the exhaustion.
Okay. So you do that and just kind of like muscle it out. Like you compensate for your lack of acrobatic finesse by just basically forcefully jumping your way to the next platform. Okay. So now, the last check. Everyone
That's what I'm good at.
make perception checks.
Hmm.
I'm better at that.
Okay. So yeah, so interesting. Thorv is the only one who does not succeed on this. So again, Thorv, I ask you, fall damage or exhaustion?
What does a second point of exhaustion do?
Let's see. Do. So, with the second one, your speed is halved.
Okay. I guess I'll take that.
Okay. So you muscle through, and yeah, everybody makes it up to this third platform. And in so doing, you have made it to the monastery proper. You see this series of stone buildings, and once you kind of finish hauling yourselves up, you notice that there are a few like rainbow feathered bird person heads kind of craning out of some of the windows, just looking at you, watching your approach.
I've just been sitting at the top, like at the edge, just kind of feet dangling off, just kind of watching them.
Okay.
It's like no one approached him to go see what we're here for.
Well, they at least seem to have noticed that he is still paying attention to, other people. So, probably waiting.
Okay.
But yeah. So, as the last of you kind of haul yourselves up, one of the Aarakocra approaches, and I guess probably approaches Lucius since he was the first one across, and so much like the last Aarakocra that you ran into, he approaches and says, "Airspeak."
Very first thing I'll do is I'm gonna cast that. And
Okay.
I believe I heard them talking in primordial of some sort, correct?
You did.
So I will speak to them in primordial.
There you go.
I don't understand. But okay.
Yeah. So let's see. So what's up with the comprehend languages then?
Just to see what languages he's trying. I just want to know if him asking was just broken common or if that was actually a language.
Yeah, no, that was just him fumbling his way through common.
Okay, then I won't cast that. I'll just speak to him in primordial.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Cast it. You want to insult him?
I mean, if you want me to cast it, I can. I don't care.
No, it's fine. But yeah, so yeah, you hear him approach, say that, and what do you say to him in primordial?
I will say, yes, I speak. I speak primordial.
Okay, and so he shifts to that, and well, that's a welcome change. Most strangers that happen across Kirsabal are limited to the common speech of the humanoids.
Yeah.
But what brings you to the monastery?
And at this point, I'll kind of turn to Cyrene, and
Yeah, I'll step up.
I'll kind of
And
gesture and I'll say, "This is Cyrene. She also speaks the same language."
Hi. Talked to one of you at Firefinger. He was, I don't know, kidnapped and tied up there. He mentioned that we could make our way here.
All right. He kind of narrows his eyes and says, I think I do remember hearing something about that. You spoke to Nafir. And he like looks up toward the top of the zigzagging path and says, "You should meet with our elder, Ashara. Come, let me bring you to her."
Okay.
And so you guys, yeah, assuming you follow, you head up with him through the multiple tiers now of Kir Sabal, through this first level where you kind of entered, and through another like series of kind of smaller outlying buildings, before you kind of round another corner and you see the more like majestic ceremonial looking spaces of Kir Sabal kind of laid out before you. And he says, "One moment, I must confer with another of the elders and ensure that you are permitted to set foot. Ceremonial cleanliness, please forgive me." He like disappears into one of the other buildings for a moment. In the meantime, you guys just see all these like rainbow, like parakeet colored Aarakocra coming and going, and just going about their lives.
Was Bluebird reacting? Or Blue Boy?
Confusedly.
I'm gonna reach out and grab Fib's sleeve, and I'm sending Stratos to go look, like just kind of sneaking from rooftop to rooftop or whatever.
Okay.
I can't see or hear anything.
Oh, okay.
So I'm just grabbing you in case we start moving. I'm not just standing here.
Yeah.
Seeing eye fib.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So after a moment, the Aarakocra who greeted you comes out. Says, "One moment, we must prepare the chambers for you." And he like bows deeply, and you see like a few other Aarakocra sort of very purposefully, efficiently kind of organizing the area up above. And as they're doing that, one of these bird people just like lands just whoosh, probably 10 feet away from you guys. Superhero landing. And walks up and makes firm, like solid eye contact with Cyrene and says, "Welcome. I'm glad you were able to find your way to Kirsabal. It's good to see you again."
I'm glad to see that you made it back safe and sound.
Says, "Well, things might have been quite different were it not for you and your friends, and I have told my people this. They will treat you with great respect, as you more than likely saved my life." But
Well,
go ahead.
thank you.
He like kind of bows slightly, and around then the two Aarakocra who were kind of like prepping the area above poke their heads out and kind of like beckon the group forward. And it is as you guys are climbing this set of steps to this ceremonial space in Kirsabal that we will leave things off for tonight. Because, yeah, this next part is
Longer.
there's a good bit to it, yeah.